Mike Tyson was 20 years old when he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, the most feared man on the planet. Today, he's 59, and yet in recent training videos, he still hits harder, moves faster, and controls his body better than most men half his age. That's not luck. That's not some rare genetic gift. It's because at 59, he still does, almost every day, 5 simple movements anyone can do at home, with no gym and no expensive equipment. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you these 5 exercises, why the science backs them up for building strength and mobility after 50, and how to adapt each one safely for your body. Stick with me to the end, because exercise number 3 is the one that protects you most from falls, and it's the one almost nobody does. Before we get into the exercise, I need to tell you something nobody talks about. After 50, you don't lose strength all at once. You lose it slowly, every single year. There's a name for it. Sarcopenia. It's the natural loss of muscle mass that starts around your 40s and speeds up after 60. Research published in geriatric medicine journals shows that without stimulus, an adult can lose 3% to 8% of muscle mass per decade. That means less strength to carry a bag of groceries, less balance walking down a flight of stairs, less independence. But here's the good news. Muscle responds to stimulus at any age. There's no expiration date on your body getting stronger. And that's exactly what Tyson proves. One workout at a time. Let's get into the 5 movements. Exercise 1. The squat. The foundation of everything. At the peak of his career, Tyson would do thousands of squats a day, spread out across his training sessions. Today, at 59, the volume is different, but the movement is still at the center of his workout. And that's no accident. The squat is, without exaggeration, the most studied exercise for maintaining leg function after 50. It works your thighs, glutes, and core all at once. And most important, it trains the exact movement you do every single time you sit down and stand up from a chair. Research in geriatric rehabilitation shows that leg strength is one of the biggest predictors of how many more years you'll live independently. How to adapt it for you. Forget Tyson's thousands of reps. Start by sitting down and standing up from a chair, no hands, 10 times. Once that feels easy, add the bodyweight squat, 3 sets of 10 to 15, 3 times a week, already changes the game. Exercise 2, the push-up. Tyson is known for the hundreds of push-ups he used to do every day. At 59, he still includes push-up variations in his training because it's one of the most complete upper body exercises there is. The push-up works your chest, shoulders, triceps, and, if you pay attention to your form, your entire core. And here's a detail most people don't know. Keeping strength in your arms and shoulders after 50 is directly tied to your ability to catch yourself and avoid a serious fall. When you trip, it's your arm that saves you on the way down. If it's weak, that fall turns into a fracture. How to adapt it for you. If a push-up on the floor is still too hard, start against a wall. Then progress to a push-up on your knees. The goal isn't to match Tyson's numbers. It's to do the movement correctly, with control, 8 to 12 times for 2 or 3 sets. Exercise 3. Neck strengthening. Here's the exercise I promised you at the start. Tyson was always obsessed with his neck. He said a strong neck was what protected him from being knocked out. And that's not just boxing folklore. Your neck supports your head, protects your cervical spine, and is fundamental to your balance. And it's exactly the region most people over 50 never train. That's a problem, because neck weakness is linked to more chronic pain, worse posture, and a higher risk of injury during falls, the exact falls that become most concerning after 60. How to adapt it for you. Forget the wrestler's bridges Tyson used to do in his prime. That's too risky for most people, even those who've trained for years. Instead, sitting with your spine straight, do slow, controlled movements. Tilt your head forward, backward, and to each side, holding for 3 seconds in each position. 10 reps in each direction, once a day, already strengthens the muscles with 0 risk. That's simple. Exercise 4. Bench dips. Another classic from Tyson's training, the dip. At his peak, he'd do hundreds a day, often using 2 chairs or a makeshift bench. This exercise works your triceps, the back of your arm, exactly the muscle that weakens most with age, because most of us simply stop pushing things in daily life, and a strong triceps is what helps you push up out of a low chair, push open a heavy door, or push yourself out of a car. How to adapt it for you. Sit on the edge of a sturdy couch or a solid chair. Place your hands beside your body, feet out in front, and lower your hips by bending your elbows. Without straining your shoulder, push back up. 8 to 10 reps, with full control of the movement, is enough to start. Exercise 5. Shadowboxing. And the last exercise barely looks like exercise at all, but it might be the smartest one on this list. Shadowboxing. Tyson still does this today, in almost every training video he posts. You stand in a guard position and throw punches in the air, moving your feet as you go. Why is this so valuable after 50? Because it combines 3 things that lifting weights alone doesn't train: coordination, agility, and quick reaction. Research on fall prevention in older adults shows that agility and reaction training, not just strength, is one of the factors that most reduces the risk of a serious fall. Your body needs to keep knowing how to move fast, change direction, and react. How to adapt it for you. You don't need to know how to box. Stand with your feet hip-width apart and throw light punches in the air, alternating arms, for 1 to 2 minutes. Do this 3 times a week and you'll notice the difference in your balance within a few weeks. Notice something. None of these 5 exercises requires a gym. None of them requires expensive equipment. None of them requires you to be 20 years old or have the body of a professional fighter. What Mike Tyson proves at 59 is something simple. Your body responds to consistency, not to age. He's not doing this to impress anyone. He's doing it because he knows it's what separates a 59-year-old who can still get up off the floor on his own from a 59-year-old who depends on others. You don't need to do all 5 at once today. Pick one, just one. Do it 3 times this week. Next week, add the second one. Here's the secret nobody tells you. It's not intensity that builds a long, strong life. It's repetition. Before starting any new exercise routine, talk to your doctor, especially if you have any pre-existing health condition. This is information, not medical advice. If this video helped you see that there's still time to get stronger, more agile, and more independent, hit like and subscribe to the channel. Every week I bring you more strategies like this, backed by science, to help you stay strong, capable, and in control of your own life, no matter your age. See you in the next video.